You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Hi everyone, it's Melody Lane here, and today we're going to be comparing the Explore 1 versus the Expression 2. Why am I doing that? Well, I just want to show the preciseness of the cuts in the Cricut Explore 1, the most affordable machine in the Explore family. I was always happy with my Expression 2. I really was. And I love the Cricut Craft Room software. Until I tried Design Space. That was 100 times better. Everything's in color. The layers are all done for you. And you just turn the dial on the machine. It's so much easier and saved me so much time. And the Design Space keeps getting better. Let me show you one thing that's coming up really soon. Do you see anything that looks familiar on here? Do you see it? This is my iPhone. I have the iPhone 6 Plus. No, not my Michaels app. Look below it. It's the Cricut Design Space app on my phone. Look. How cool is that? And look at this. It has all my projects. It's just like the iPad app. Actually, the iPad app and the iPhone app are going to be exactly the same. They're going to update at the same time. They're not updated yet. I've been testing it. And you are going to be so excited. You can design right on your phone. It's kind of awesome. And look what else it has. It has a camera. So you can see how things look. If you want to put something on a shirt, you can put your images you want to put up here and then put them on your shirt. See how they look. See if the color matches. There's so much more I will show you in another video about the iPhone app. And Android users, I have a special announcement for you. An Android app is coming. Yes, you heard me say it. It's coming to Galaxy tablets and Galaxy phones. So there'll be more information coming for that. That's not coming out the same time as this. It will be a little bit later. And something else you guys will want to know, offline capabilities. I know that one reason a lot of the people who have not upgraded to the Explorer is because of the internet access. The app on the phone helps that. If you have a smartphone, you have cellular access on your phone to use Design Space. So if you're going to a crop or something, you can just use your phone, as long as you have cellular service. But later on, it's going to be offline for your mobile apps, not for the PC or the Mac, for the mobile apps. So you'll be able to use your mobile apps and go in Design Space without the internet or Wi-Fi. You will not need cellular service or Wi-Fi to use your Cricut Design Space. Let me show you the preciseness of the cuts I've done already. Okay. These red ones I did on the Expression 2, and these I did on the Explorer 1. Okay, can you see the cuts? See how precise these circles are? Look at that one. These circles are much smaller and not perfectly round like these are. See those circles? And then the triangles as well. These triangles are not even all the same size and shape, where these all are very consistent. Now let's look at the next group. See the detail on the outer edge of these points? And those circles. Now look at this one. These details, it's like almost gone right there. See that? Let's go back to this one. See those details? See these details? They're all even different. They don't match up. These circles, look at this circle and look at that one. They're not even the same size. Or that one right there. Go back to this one. All the circles are perfect. Okay. So let's look at these. These squares in the center going around in a circle are all pretty good. These look pretty good, but they're not perfect like these are. These loops here, scallop, is also not perfect as they're not all the same. These were all cut also at 2 inches. And look at the triangles in here. They're all done very well. The triangles don't look bad in here, but look how the edge is. The edge is not even at all. And it's perfectly even here. So that's these cuts. Let's see the machines work. Okay, now let's start working with the Cricut Expression 2. With the Cricut Expression 2, you can use it in 2 different ways. You can use it as a standalone machine by itself. You can plug in a cartridge in the back here. But today I'm just going to be using a cartridge that is built into the machine. The Cricut Expression 2 has 2 built-in cartridges, Cricut Alphabet and Cricut Essentials. Today we're going to work with the Cricut Alphabet. I'm going to show you how to do it without any software. Okay, so let's pick a doily from the Cricut Alphabet. I'm going to click here. I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to use the Cricut Expression 2. This video is to show you why you should or should not upgrade. If you want to see my tutorial video on the Expression 2, I'll put a link down below into the description. Okay, I think I like this doily, so we're going to pick that one. But I want all the layers. Oh, and that's not the one I want. Let me go back. Okay, I want this one. No, I think I need to calibrate this again. There we go. Okay, so now I want to hit the shift because I want to do another layer. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one. And see if there's more layers. I know there's more, but 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. And then shift again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. And okay, that's not part of it. That's the first one we got, so I hit this one. Oh, that's not it either. Is it this one? I know there's more. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Then hit shift. 1, 2, 3. Did I get that one right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Now, I don't think there's any more. I think these are just words in the alphabet. And I got that one. Yeah, I think there's only 6 layers. Okay, so let's go back to the home. And 2 of those layers look much bigger than the others. We need to change our settings. We need the relative size button on. Here it is. We need this on, right? Looks like it is on. Why are these so big? We can edit the size. I want to see what size this is. It's at 2 inches. See what size this one is. It also says it's at 2 inches. This is, we need it on here. Is that? Now it's at 3.74. Let's do it here, and it's at 2. Okay, let's change that again. Let's change this down to 2. All right, and let's edit this one. I'm really not sure if this is going to come out right. It's been a long time. This is real size, I thought. Maybe it has to be lit up in the white. Use this. Okay. Okay. Now another problem I just realized. I want these in different color paper. Okay. Oh crap, I just got rid of it. I meant to hit this button. Okay, let's see what happens. I guess the best way to do this, I was going to try to separate these, and I can, but this is taking too much time. I don't have the patience I used to have when this was the only option I had, but I have so many better options. I'm not even going to do this anymore because you'll not realize how quickly it is. Okay, we're going to go to Cricut Craft Room because I can do it so much faster than this. This take up all my crafting time. Let's go to Cricut Craft Room and we'll get it cut. Okay, now we're into the Cricut Craft Room. Okay, it's on my cartridges, so I'm going to go to Cricut Essentials. Where'd that go? Or not Cricut Essentials, I went Cricut Craft Room. Or Cricut Alphabet, I mean. Okay, let's go to this doily down here. Was the fourth one over is the one I was trying to do. So let's click that. And I want these on different mats. I can put them all on this mat and then cut and paste them to the next mat, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And now we need the next one, and we're going to click Shift. And that one, and let's do a new mat. And then let's hit blackout and shadow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a new one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a new one. Oh wait, were those the same? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I did something wrong. I think these two are exactly the same. Forgot to change the button. Let's delete that. Right click and hit delete. Okay, let's go back on this layer and we'll add the next one. Bring this back up. Let's see. I don't think it's in the font or font shadow. Font 2 it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the 6th layer. There were only 6 layers to this one. And why did that happen? Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this. That's more like it. This one. Here's delete. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, where's this layer? And we're not on the right machine. Machine and mat. We're going to go with the Cricut Expression 2. Okay. Okay, we're missing a layer. There was a green one. Oh, and there it is. Way big. Let's go find this. To keep it the right size, does that one look like it is? There it is. I just want to click it again instead of resizing this because I don't know the exact size that it's supposed to be. Okay, let's get these in order. That's bottom. This goes on top. So the yellow one is supposed to be the bottom one, so I'm going to push that all the way over here. I'm going to drag it over. Let's see. Okay, this one does not even go with them. Nor does that one. Or does it? This one. This one does. Maybe these go to a different one? Maybe they're just different doilies? Does that make sense? This one looks like it does. Let me click this one and see what happens. No. Let's see what this looks like. Whoops. Okay, red has to go here. I think this one. Okay, the blue one needs to go right above the yellow one. There we go. And then this one. All right. I think it only has 4 layers. I don't know what these were. One other thing I don't like about this is to see the colors. You have to look in the book and see what they're supposed to be and get all the layers together. I think searching through the books takes longer, and sometimes I used to go through the books looking for inspiration, but I had hundreds of books. It was kind of hard. The green, we're gonna make this more of this color, a little darker, a little brighter. Okay. And let's see this one. Let's see how it looks red. And let's see how the red one looks orange. And this one look yellow. And this one green. Okay, I like that one better. Let's go cut this out. So we're just going to click cut. Authorize. Oh, I forgot. Let's see what the other, they're all right there. I forgot with the Cricut Craft Room that you place this where you want it cut on the mat. So let's just grab a hold of all of it and move it over here and go to cut. And Design Space does it all for you. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't look at this. I forgot. On Design Space, I just turned the dial. Okay, it's not really heavy cardstock. It's more medium. And the pressure, I guess this is all right. Okay, let's go to cut. Okay, I gotta make sure. I don't know what my blade is set at. Set to 6. Oh, it is set to 6. To change the blade on here, you have to take this out and turn this here. And then screw this back in. Okay. I'm going to use Cricut paper for this one. This is actually my favorite paper and my favorite colors. Okay. So I'm going to... Listen, I'm hitting cut on the machine. I'm hitting cut on the software. It says insert the mat and press continue. Oh, I forgot how loud it was. Okay, unload it. Okay, got that one. Now we're going to do the red one. Hit cut on the machine. Hit continue while holding the mat. Hit cut. Now hit continue while holding and inserting the mat. Okay, unload. Okay, cut. Continue. Okay, here's this one. This one didn't cut quite as well. And this one just has a few pieces we need to punch out. So that goes on like that. That goes there. And this goes on top. Looks pretty good, I think. Okay, now let's try it in Design Space. Okay, here we are in Design Space. So we're going to create a new project. And then we go to Insert Image. And I know what cartridge it's on, so I'm just going to click over here and go to Cartridges. And Cricut Alphabet. And search. Now it's going to give me every cartridge that starts with Cricut or Alphabet. So here it is. Now let's look. Now, do you see the main difference? Here's the doily we're looking for. These are all ready. I'm just going to check it. So when I'm ready to insert it, and it'll show down here, I can click more and insert them all at the same time. They all have their layers and they're all sized correctly. I really prefer looking for images this way. Okay, let's go ahead and insert image. There we go. Now let's turn the grid on so we can see that better. Can put it up here. Let's just make it about 2 inches like the other one. If you want it in an exact size, you can click here and just change that to 2 inches. There The width is 2 inches and the height is not quite. Isn't that a lot easier than what I did with Cricut Craft Room? So much faster. Change them to the other colors like I did in Cricut Craft Room. We can ungroup these if we want. Let's go ahead and go in the layers panel. And this one we're going to make like the yellowish color. This one is going to be orange. This one is going to be red. And this one is going to be green. There we go. So I'm cutting out the same colors as the one I did on the Expression 2. Okay, now we're all ready. Hit go. There. Now it's going to start with this one. If you already have your mat loaded to one of the colors, you can just skip and click on any one you want to cut first. You can also hit these arrows here. We're just going to start with this one. Okay, I'm going to load my mat. And hit go on my computer. Oh, and we have to set the settings for the blade and the pressure. But on the Explorer, it's so much easier. All we have to do is turn the dial. And we're using cardstock. So I'm pointing it to the cardstock. If it's heavier cardstock, I can point it to this one here. That's so much faster than taking the blade out. Now I have to select the Cricut device. We're using the Cricut Explore 1. And it tells me that the dial position is on cardstock. The go button on the machine is blinking and ready to cut. That's it. It's done already. So it shows this is blinking and the first cut's ready. So now it shows we need to load the red paper. So I'm going to push the load button and then the go button. And unload. Now loading the orange paper as it shows right on the screen which color I need to load. Notice how much quieter the Explorer 1 is than the Expression 2. Okay, unload the mat. Now the yellow paper. And I'm using the exact same mat I used on the Expression 2. And the go button. Okay, now let's look at these two. This one is done much smaller on the Cricut Explore, and this one is done on the Expression 2. As I showed you in the last one, these circles are not perfect circles in the Expression 2, but they are in the Explorer. This is a much cleaner cut. Okay, now here's some of the same doilies I cut out with cardstock, but this time I cut it out with leather. Here is like the scrap of leather that I used. It kind of made a little bit of a mess on my Cricut mat, but it washed off. See how thick it is? It's thicker than a quarter. It's like 2 millimeters. I was actually shocked that the Cricut Expression actually cut it. It did. This one was cut on the Cricut Explore. It's not absolutely perfect, but I think it's because of the material. It's just a little fuzzy from the back. As you can see on this paper, there's little fuzzes everywhere. Now this was cut on the Cricut Expression 2. It did a pretty good job because these are really bitty cuts. I did go through and try to get all these cuts out, and I just couldn't. They weren't cut all the way through on the back. Now, I did have to put this on custom setting. This one's with the Explorer. On the Explorer, I used the custom setting, heavy leather. It cut it, a multi-cut of 5 times. After it cut 5 times, I looked at it without unloading the mat and thought, I don't think it's quite cut through. This stuff's really thick. So I just clicked the go button and it cut it 5 more times. And that's how I got all these cut out. So I did it on the Explorer one first. And then I tried it on the Expression 2. And I wanted to compare the machines. So I did a multi-cut of 10 on the Expression 2. I used the deep cut blade on both machines. So the Expression 2 did cut it out. It didn't cut out all the little holes. But if you want something cut out of this big thick leather, it's not as detailed either. Just like it was in the cardstock. But if you wanted just a shape cut out and you only had the Expression 2, it would probably do a good job. And this one was done by the Explorer. And you can see these tiny holes did not cut all the way through. But those are really tiny holes. And this one didn't even cut it through. I did have to look at the blade once in a while. I paused cutting on both machines and wiped the blade because, as you can see, as I play with this, these little crumbs fall from the suede on the back. And they were getting stuck on the cutting blade a little bit, so I paused it every once in a while and wiped it off. And then here's 2 more. This one was the Explorer. It did pretty good. These are little triangles, and they're really small, and it cut all the way through them. It's hard to see. You see the little light through it? This one, it didn't cut through the triangles at all, or these little holes here, the little circles. But I still think it's pretty good for the Expression 2. Okay, now who wants some leather doilies? Okay guys, I think I've chosen which machine I like best. We all know I love the Cricut Explorer, but I'm glad I compared them. Because I always was happy with the Cricut Expression 2. I didn't realize how much better the Explorer was. And now it's really better with the new iPhone app. It's going to be coming out with an Android app for the Samsung. So this is really kind of cool. It's a lot better than the Gypsy. So this is really kind of cool. It's a much bigger screen than the Gypsy ever had, and it's in color. And you don't have to go searching for the layers. You guys, you're really gonna wanna upgrade after you see the app in person. Once it's released, you can download the app, even if you don't have the Explorer. Okay guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. I'm gonna be doing a video on the Explorer 1 versus the Silhouette Cameo 2, and we're gonna see how they compare. I just got a Cameo 2 so I could try it to make sure I really do have the best machine. Thanks for watching, and here's a shout out to a few of the people who support me on Patreon. Thanks guys. See you in the next video. Bye! Jean Williams Pettit, Peggy Herrera, Kathleen Kelly Tilly, Jenny Rodriguez, Stacy Perkins, Tracy Norred, Wendy Zajo, Jerry Dentel, Christy Lewis, Carla Boardman, Valerie Still, Cheryl Furr, Patricia Gamble, Sandy Matthews, Donna Jersey, Ann Powell, and Esther Carver. Thanks, guys. And look what else it has.